want to thank everyone. I want to thank folks for giving me a platform here today. And I want to say one of the most beautiful things that's happening right now in Syria, the Russians, Hezbollah, and the Syrian army are having joint operations to fight against ISIS. They are defeating ISIS. And these are three countries with many different histories. It's an Islamic republic, a secular Arab socialist country, as well as Russia under Putin, coming together to defeat a common enemy. And that's a beautiful thing. It's a united effort to defeat ISIS, one of the most disgusting evil forces that we've ever seen in history. And who is responsible for ISIS? It's the United States and the leaders of the United States and Saudi Arabia, who have been pouring money into the Takfiri insurgents trying to overthrow the Syrian government. Syria was a peaceful country until the United States and Saudi Arabia began to pour money into extremist groups. This is not a revolution. It's not a war for human rights in Syria. This is big bankers and big wealthy interests trying to destroy the Syrian Arab Republic. Look at Iraq. Look at Afghanistan. Look at Libya. And now look at Syria. Nowhere do they create peace with their interventions. Always they lead to further instability and war and destruction. And I got to tell you, one of the scariest things right now, the scariest thing, is the idea that on the TV screens, whether it's Fox or MSNBC or CNN, they're trying to tell us to hate Russia. I don't hate Russia. I'm not mad at Russia. I'm mad at the big bankers on Wall Street that are destroying the future of this generation. That's who I'm mad at. I'm mad about the fact that people in this country don't have decent jobs. I'm mad about the fact that young people in this country have a huge amount of student debt. That's who I'm mad at. My enemies are not in Russia. My enemies are on Wall Street. My enemies are in Washington, D.C. And I'll tell you one thing. A war with Russia, that's not a war they're going to be able to fight with drones. If the U.S. government and the big bankers that control it go to war with Russia, they're going to tell a lot of young people who are having trouble finding jobs and have student debts that they have to go and fight and die against the Russians. And I don't support that. I want to fight for democracy. I want to fight against fascism. There's nothing more outrageous than the fact that right now in the United States is aligned with Nazis in the Ukraine. You know, what is this? This is a St. George ribbon. This is the medal this was the honor that was given to Russians who fought against the Nazis and defeated the Nazis. More Russians died fighting the Nazis than any other people. And I'll tell you one thing, saying that is a bold statement. Standing up for the actual history of the Second World War is a bold statement. So many books are coming out. You go to Barnes & Noble, so many books are coming out trying to equate the Soviet Union and the United States with the Nazis, to say that both sides were equally bad in the Second World War. Well, I say no. I say that the fight to defeat fascism was justified. The Soviet Union, the United States, and all the countries that came together to fight fascism were right. And you know what? Back then we had a president named Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a leader who didn't listen to Wall Street. He fought against Wall Street. Back in the administration of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, when there was an economic crisis, they didn't cut the taxes of the big bankers. They taxed the big bankers and hired people. They had a works progress administration. They put people to work. That's what we need now. We need a government that fights against the corporations, not a government that bows before them. Democrats, Republicans, they're corporate puppets. We need a people's government. We need people's democracy here in the United States. We need some of that unity and some of that spirit that defeated the Nazis in the Second World War, that defeated the fascist, the slaveocracy in the South. We need some Lincolnism. We need some Rooseveltism, and we need some Putinism right here in the United States. Thank you.